Welcome back to another video, y'all. And well, 6 months ago, I apparently was not thinking straight because I made this statement. You want to see my first ever attempt at airbrushing a hard plastic bait, and I'm signing myself up for a year of it, so wish me luck. But 6 months in, we're still going strong. Until this day, I have not missed a single day of posting one of them videos. Knock on wood, I guess. But yeah, being 6 months in, I figured I'd do something a little bit different for y'all. I've had some people asking for like a 10 of my favorite baits. I got 10 of them set out here in front of me. So I'm going to show that to y'all here in a second. And then we're going to get into painting something that I have not painted yet before. And that's going to be a glide bait. I got a 5-inch glide bait from Barlow's Tackle, one of them jointed brim looking baits. So I'm going to try painting one of them and see what comes of it. But anyway, I'm going to get into this kind of 10 of my top 10. It's kind of like my top 10, y'all's favorite ones, most comments, most likes, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going to get into this and let's see what y'all think about the top 10 of the first half of this challenge.
And in no particular order, let's go ahead and go over these top 10 baits. We'll start with the top bait. This one had the most views, and it was going to be my dad's favorite bait too. It's the one he always talks about whenever he talks about his favorite bait. And yeah, the stencil came from wlure.com. It's a 3D stencil. You've seen me use a few of them, but yeah, I think it came out pretty good. And definitely going to have to do some more bluegill patterns here in the near future. And then my personal favorite is kind of this diseased looking crawl. It's got like spiders going all around it and all, kind of giving it that diseased look, which is why I call it that. But yeah, I like the colors of it. I just really like how this one came out, and I'm going to have to do more of them this style. And then for my second most favorite, it's got a very similar color pattern to it. It's kind of got the scales shining through on the side there, and it's got a mesh top on it. The mesh top, you've seen me doing a bunch of different baits, and it's one of my favorite styles to do. Yes, similar color pattern, and I really like it. I'm going to do some more of this color since I seem to like it so much. And then we have another crawl. This one, I believe, was the top on Instagram. It's got the painted bill on it, which was a request of a cousin of mine to paint some bills. And it's kind of got a stencil. The stencil came from Barlow's Tackle, which is from the gill plate and such. And then another crawl. It's got another 3D lure stencil that I got from wlure.com, similar to the other one. And the spiders, I need to go smaller on the spiders if I come and revisit this style, but another favorite crawl of mine. This is going to be probably my third favorite bait if I had to choose. And then we come to this, we'll call it an off-brand Fire Tiger style. It's kind of got like orange webbing on the sides and going to the green webbing on top, and it's got a different kind of black pattern on the sides. I think it came out pretty neat. I'm going to call it a Fire Tiger anyways. It's got the colors of one. And yeah, I just really like how that webbing goes to them, and I think most people did. And then that's going to bring us to one of my very early baits. This one, I guess you can give it bass colors, I guess you could say, a little weird pattern to it. But on the bottom, it's got where I tapped it on with a brush to give it that bottom color there. Pretty neat pattern, kind of overdid it on this bait, I would think. But then on the gill plate, it's got like the dots done with a dotting tool, and very early bait, but top 10. And this bait would be my cousin's request. He likes the painted bills on his lure, and he wanted a black and green bait. And this is kind of what I came up with. And it was one of the most popular baits, got a lot of views, a lot of likes. And I'm definitely going to have to visit this one again, maybe do some different colors, maybe use, instead of green, go to like orange colors or something like that. And it's got a neat webbing effect on it. The same webbing effect you'll see on a lot of these baits here. Yeah, one of my favorite ones too. And then we got one of the more popular jerk baits that I've done. This one's done in kind of a rainbow trout kind of theme. And the spots on the back were done by turning the air pressure down really low on the airbrush. Kind of a thick paint, and you can kind of get it to spatter the black on the back. And I think what throws me off on this lure is going to be the eyes. I would change the eyes on this one if I redone it. And last but not least would be the frog popper. I think this is going to be the first time I use the acrylic paint pens there on the side. And you can get some really fine details in pens. And I'm wanting to do some patterns on some lures in the future with them pins, and this is going to be kind of my inspiration for that idea.
All right, so there it is, guys. That's going to be the top 10 for the first 6 months. So now let's get over here to the spray booth, and we're going to see what we can't spray on this bait. I'll kind of show you a little bit of a sneak peek. This is my spray booth that I've been working on. I'm redoing my entire shop, basically. This used to be a wall right here. And I kind of took the wall out and we're extending into another area. Now I'm going to do like all my lead pouring and all that in this room. And my spray booth here. Here's all the baits you guys have been seeing me paint, actually. I've been putting them all on this wall in order. And we are halfway done, guys. We are halfway done. But yeah, so we're going to get inside the spray booth here and see what we can't get sprayed on this swim bait. Alright, so here's the plan for the day. We're going to be painting this 5-inch swim bait that I was talking about, the one I got from Barlow's Tackle. And the idea behind this is I'm wanting to use all these patterns like the scales, fin, gill plate and all. It's got real nice features to it already. And if I just go spraying yellows and greens over it, it's just going to make them disappear, I believe. So I'm going to spray some opaque black over most of the bait and then wipe it away, leaving the black like in the scales and all. That way it kind of highlights these features. That way they don't just disappear whenever I go to painting it. So I'm going to get this tail taped up and we're going to start spraying some black. That's about what I'm after. It don't matter if it's uneven, because like I said, I'm going to be wiping most of it away. And actually I'm going to go ahead and wipe this side away because while it's still kind of wet. Just take a normal rag and just kind of scrape it away, leaving it inside them lower areas. Here's the effect I was after, leaving most of the black kind of in the scale. It looks kind of like real rustic right now, but when we start spraying other colors over it, I believe that's going to really make them 3D patterns keep standing out instead of just hiding. And the next color we're going to be spraying is going to be the Chroma Air Fresh Green Opaque. That's going to be sprayed over most of the side of the bait, just about everywhere I just sprayed the black at. So I don't need to really get the front here, but everywhere else. That's about what we're after. Now you're kind of seeing that black kind of keep shining through that color and keeping them 3D features standing out. So I'm going to hit this with a heat gun and move on to the next color. And the next color is going to be this US Art Supply Chartreuse. And I'm going to be spraying it, starting from the front, kind of working my way back here, kind of fading it into that yellow from the top to the bottom. It's a real subtle change, but layering colors like that's what makes the bait stand out, I think, when they're finished. We got a real subtle change between the two colors. Gonna start layering greens and blues. Alright. And now I'm going to follow this up with another green. We'll go with a opaque grass green. And same as before, I'm going to start from the front, work my way back. I'm going to not go as far down this time, just kind of layering greens up, blending them together from the top to the bottom. For this one, I'm going to kind of spray mostly from the top going down. That way the overspray kind of goes down to make it blend better. Zoom out a little bit so y'all can see what I'm doing. So now we've technically got three shades here, a real light yellow to a chartreuse and then a darker green. We're going to come back later with black, but for now I'm going to turn my attention to the gill plate, and we're going to spray some Chroma Air opaque mint. Okay, I want to keep this mostly all on the gill plate, so I got the air pressure turned down really low for this. I'm going to follow that up with this US Art Supply Lake Blue. It's a little bit brighter of a blue, and just kind of blend the two together. Now we're going to move on to the belly. I'm going to be spraying a Chroma Air Barricade Orange. And I'm going to mostly touch up here on the front, leaving a little bit of white here on the bottom, and going a little bit here on the tail too, probably. I'll have to see whenever I get to it. And kind of a little bit up on the side. So far I'm liking how this is turning out. I need to paint some around the mouth, and then I'm going to go to the black and do most of the accents with the black. And I am going to spray the mouth first. For the mouth, I'm going to use the Jacquard, I may be butchering that name, Iridescent Red. Looks like it's wearing lipstick, don't it? Now for the make or break it part of this bait, I think. That is going to be adding the stripes on the side. I've got this little stencil that I kind of cut out, and I'm going to place it on it here like this and real lightly spray my stripes. I'm going to be using the same Chroma Air Opaque Black. This plan. Then I'm going to fade in from the top, going down with the same black, and do some stencil work on the gill plate. Okay, that actually came out pretty good, I think. But I like that, so I'm going to hit this with the heat gun, see if I can make the other side match. Alright, that was the part I was most concerned with this bait, and I am liking it, I think. Came out pretty good, and I still got some more work to do with this black. So far, so good, I think. I'm going to fade in from the top going down now, blend in the stripes. Gill plate, I'm going to use a stencil you've seen me use before on some of my shorts. I'm going to use a different part. I'm going to use a bigger part, and I'm going to start with the smaller dots here, kind of on the front, and as I work back, start smaller and work back to bigger and bigger spots here on the gill plate. And with that, I think we are finished. I've got to get some clear on this thing, and we're going to see how it turned out.
And there she is. I actually really enjoyed painting this style of bait, and I'm wanting to paint some more of them here in the future and get some more practice in with them, because I don't know, being able to paint on a bigger scale like this and show more of the detail, I know I can get better at it, and I want to practice at it. But anyways, if you're still with me, I want to thank you very much for all the support. I know we're reaching very close to 24,000 subscribers, which is heck a lot more than I thought I would ever have. So thank you very much. And I plan on keeping the videos coming. We got a short video coming every day. So I will see you guys on the next one.